Alrighty. There it is. That's the magic happening. We're the Brady Bunch. Ah, the DM's in the middle. It's so good. All right. Well, chat, we're starting now. This is our wonderful band of adventurers and our freshly minted DM. If you have any issues with any of the sound, please let me know in chat so that I can adjust either the group's output or audio output or my own. So I pass it off to you, Hector. Let me take a look at this. All right, can everybody in chat? So you still can't hear any of the other people? Okay, one. Yeah. Okay. So as everybody saw me switching through, I am currently trying to, as most of you would understand, debug this. Um, what was your question there, Bryn? Yeah, which I see, and it is doing that. But let me default the device to the Realtek speakers. So, all right, um, right, Dev D and D. It's a good start. Good start. Let me switch back to theater. All right. Yeah, it is. Can, can you hear anyone else besides me? I know I have a lovely radio voice. Let me try one last thing here. I got this sound site. yeah. I love the other people in the chat here are familiar with the debugging situation. All right, so let me try this one. Can you hear our other speakers now? What is happening? Yeah. Yep. Yep. mm. The default's set up to the Moran's turret one, and then this is the one that's supposed to be capturing. Yeah, yeah. So this speaker's one right here is the as far as I know, is the audio for. Yeah, well, and you can see that it's picking up your voices. Yeah, there we go. Now I can hear you. It's should be working is what I just heard, everybody. It's that's the epi works on my machine, exactly. Sure. Disabled.
I think it will just appear.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. So now you have desktop audio everywhere. You can remove that audio output capture if you want, because there will be two of them. But they're slightly different, which is weird.
I think I hear people now.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, we can hear.
On the stream?
We got audio.
Hey, it worked for some reason. Cool.
Yay.
Let's go. Okay.
Cool. So yeah, just make sure you delete that other audio output capture because I'm sure it will start working.
All right, so I don't hear all the echoes. I'm gonna mute the stream, but we got stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I don't know how. Oh no, you remove it on the left in sources. That's why. Yeah, don't remove your input, or that'll remove your mic. Yeah, there you go. And then just hit the minus in the bottom left.
Oh, okay. So I
And
just get rid of this whole thing.
yeah, for
I
the
gotcha.
output capture.
That
Okay, cool.
was-
And we should have desktop audio everywhere, and it should work, maybe, in theory.
Victory! Look at that.
Victory.
This is
Yes.
problem solving 101 for anybody who's like, what's an engineer do at their job? That right there.
We fail at it miserably all day.
Years of experience
Oh,
throwing things
absolutely.
at walls and seeing what sticks.
All right. Well, hello chat, hello stream, hello world. This is oh, I'm totally going to, I think we found our intro. Hello world is what devs always like print first and when they're trying to do a program. I think I'm totally going to intro us that way from now on. Hello stream, hello chat, hello world. I am Hector. I am your DM today. I'd like to introduce everybody here. So we've got Jacob, Alyssa, and I'm terrible with names, by the way, but it's Bryn and Ryan, correct? I got everybody's names right. Okay,
Nailed it.
cool. Nailed it. Sweet. These are my friends, and we are a bunch of devs and a librarian playing D&D together. So basically, just a bunch of nerds. So yeah, so for additional context, some background, we've got a lot of first-time D&D players playing with us. So as we are playing the game, you're going to see a lot of education going on from some of the more experienced players. I do not count myself amongst those who are experienced, but I'm the DM anyways. So this is gonna be my first time DMing for everybody watching. So take it easy on me. Be kind, be gentle. You should also just fucking do that anyways. In life. So with that out of the way, and with that said, let's play some D&D, everyone. Okay, so let's just get into it. All right, so this story, like many other stories before it and many other stories after, take place in a land far, far away, in a plane that is not our own. But nonetheless, we will be living through it and living in it as we experience the story together. This is the land of Exandria, which for those D&D fans out there is the land of Critical Role. And in this particular story, it takes place in the continent of Wildemount. And within the continent of Wildemount is Shorehas, which lies the city of Jigao, which is where we start our story today. So, Jacob, if you will, move us into Jigao.
Oh, that transition, though.
I know. Beautiful. All right, if everybody can, hop in the foundry, it might be useful for me to be in there too. I thought I had it opened.
We did not pin the link in the Discord.
Okay, so what I want to do is I'm gonna go around the metaphorical table, if you will, and have everybody introduce their characters. So Jacob, starting with you, maybe tell us a little bit about your character, or at least as much as you want to tell.
Yeah. So Ruin Selamon is a ex-soldier, ex-alcoholic paladin who spent most of his time pub crawling, tavern crawling, after many bad experiences in in his in the military for the previous kingdom that he was a soldier in. He originally started off. There we go. Hopefully that sounds better. He originally started off as just a human, and then some stuff also happened. That's it. You're gonna have to find out everything else by watching.
Yeah, stick around and you'll find out a little more of what's going on with Rune. Cool. Bryn?
Yo. So I'm playing Anira. She's an Eladrin elf from the Feywilds. She's been adventuring for the last little while, part of a circus troupe performing, and I think now she's just looking for like the next big adventure. She doesn't really know what she wants to do with her life, which is pretty like representative of how I feel.
That is fair.
Too real. Sorry.
So do we all. We're playing fantasy here, Brad. You know. All right, Ryan. Let's move on to you.
Sure. Maramir is a half elf who kind of grew up on, I guess, the streets of Rosanna. Was a kind of never really knew his father, and kind of made by stealing. Kind of came up in the, kind of street gangs. At a certain point, things got a little hot, and he ended up having to go on the run, and he joined also a troupe, a circus troupe, where they did a lot of acrobatics, sword throwing, and fire eating, and that whole thing. Bunch of entertainers essentially, but did that for quite some time, and now he's kind of basically he'd overstayed his welcome there too, and he's kind of out again trying to I mean, this story sounds a little bit similar to what we just heard, but he's trying to find a new way to make a living, pretty much.
Awesome. And Lissa.
Liz is a half-elf blood hunter, and she's got a little bit of mystery in her past. She doesn't really know what's going on. So she's been living with her clan, taking out the local abominations and undead, and feeling like she's not really satisfied with where her life has been going. The villagers don't appreciate her and her dark magic. She's kind of curious what her background is, and so she's decided to step out into the bigger world and figure it out.
Awesome. All right, and with that, we have a game, everyone. So, all of you find yourselves in the city of Jigao. Rune, in particular, is in a bar somewhere. And we can actually, let's go ahead and get you in a bar somewhere.
Nice.
Let's just throw you like over here. Awesome. And let's see. All right, and Liz, we're gonna just throw you over here by the docks. And for Anira, let's get you. Yeah, let's kind of get you over here. And Aramir, I'll get you over here. All right. So, all right. So all of you are essentially, so you're in a town, and where y'all find yourselves at is a place called the Jumble, something that you would know having found yourself in this city. How you came about is personal to each one of you. Um, but nonetheless, all of you have answered the call in your lives that brought you here to this town. Um, Rune, for you, you heard about a week ago from one of your old military pals that the best beer on this side of Exandria is here in Jigao, and that's what brought you here to this bar. What do you want to do?
Oh, it's been a long time since I've even been able to get a buzz. I'm gonna have to head down to the closest tavern, and as usual, I'm probably just gonna drop it a few hundred gold, if not a platinum. Just trying to get past whatever this damned deity did to me that does not allow me to imbibe anymore.
All right, so you find yourself in a bar, in a tavern, and behind the bar you see this half orc. He's the bartender. He looks at you with a toothy grin. Are you my next victim?
Victim, I you're gonna regret that. I will take the strongest drink you possibly have, and much of it, my friend.
All right. Are you planning on participating in any of the festivities today?
Are there any drinking competitions?
Well, we could start one now.
Oh,
You know what? I'll get you the strongest thing I've got. So he starts reaching just like at the bar, and you see like this um, this bottle that is already like half empty. And as he grabs it, he's like, "Yeah, that should be strong enough." He takes the glass that you saw him, just buffing, cleaning a little bit, and he starts pouring into it. And he's like, we're gonna close here soon. I know it's the middle of the day, but I promised my daughter I'd take part in some of the festivities for the Festival of Merit. Have you heard of it?
to be honest, I just came to this town because I heard I could potentially get drunk again for the first time in years. No, I've not
Drunk
heard
for
of
the
this.
first. Well, then I don't know if I should be giving you this drink.
How much? How much is the bottle?
He gives you a little bit of a look. It'll be 10 gold.
I'll give you 15 gold if you don't ask any questions.
Oh, you're one of them. All right, got it. So, I'm not gonna ask twice. So go ahead and subtract 15 gold. He gives you the bottle and says, "Help yourself."
All right.
As he gives you the bottle, he starts wiping down the bar. He's trying to close things down. You think you can finish that up in about 3 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Wait, does that count as a question?
No.
Wait, does that count as a question?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna leave now. So so the bartender, he tries to close down the bar. There's a couple of stragglers in there, and he starts yelling at everybody. All right, everybody out of here, except for this man. He paid good gold for his drink. No, don't look at me like that. Unless you're gonna pay me 15 gold for a bottle of beer, you can get your ass out of here. And then he looks to his right. He sees another person. No. My daughter is bobbing for apples, and she needs my help. So he starts to get everybody out.
Put that extra 5 gold to good use, my friend.
He gets everybody out of the bar, sensing that you need a little time to yourself. When suddenly okay, so when suddenly you hear the banging of a door before anybody can leave, and in walks Maramir, who up to this point isn't here to drink, but rather heard that this particular bartender knows the skinny of what's going on in the town.
No, that's good. Just got into town, so definitely want to know what's going on. I was just across the street, kind of people watching to see who actually entered this establishment before I walked in. Seems to check out. So I decided to see what was going on and kind of look around. It's the middle of the day, so I'm not too surprised to see a couple of the what do you call more dedicated patrons around. But I guess is the place mostly empty?
Well, we're trying to empty out now. I'm trying to get to my daughter. She's playing some of the games for the festival, and I promised her I'd be there. Honestly, I don't really have time for you today. Is there anything I can do to help you that you can do in about 2 minutes that I can help you with in about 2 minutes?
Well, I was just wondering if I was looking for some work, let's say, who do you think I should go talk to? I heard you were the person to connect me to the right people.
He has a little bit of a grin on his face. Clearly a little you stoked his ego a little bit.
Can I hear their conversation?
Yeah, you can hear that conversation. Well, I'm not going to proclaim to know everyone in town, but I get around. And if I don't get around, people typically come to me. It's comes with the job. Just had a little smug look on his face.
Right?
Hey, what did I say? Get the hell out of here. People just start filing out of the bar.
Good. So as I was saying, I'm really kind of open for whatever kind of work is going on. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm
The festival brings a lot of people.
So, all right. So he says, actually, let me do something real quick.
At this point, I'm eavesdropping.
Right. So he tells you, with a little look behind him, because he knows Rune is still at the bar. And he says, "Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, And if I did, I'm sure I wouldn't talk to you about it here.
I'm gonna pipe it. Hey, I, I don't. I'm new to town. I might be overstepping a little bit. But I would have to. I would like to make a point of I definitely gave you and your daughter a little bit extra spending money for the festivities. I just learned about the festivities. Um, Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm gonna go check it out. By the way, that's on you. I appreciate that. But I'm also a little intrigued about this gentleman here and his looking for some opportunities. If I'm hearing that correctly, what was it? What was your name again?
Maramir.
Maramir. Okay. Yeah. So me and Maramir here. I think we're a little interested in about some information you might have. I'm just already. I think
Alright,
we've already graced the wheels here.
Lots of people.
Both of you. Okay, so Jacob, roll persuasion, and Maramir, roll insight.
Okay, it's not. Okay, give me. Well, that's a 23.
And I got a 14.
And you got a 14.
Yeah.
Okay, so Maramir, you notice that he knows something, but not that like you notice that he might know something, but it's kind of hard to crack. So bartender says to Maramir at this point, listen, I don't know what you're getting at, whether or not I can trust you or whatever. If I knew anything to begin with. But you're gonna have to like buy a drink or something first. Are you a cop? You're supposed to tell me if you're a cop.
Oh, of course. That's sorry for my rudeness. I thought you were closing, but yes, let's get.
Jacob, he turns to you and said, "So I guess it's a one-way street. I can't ask questions, but you can."
I would say that 5 gold buys both some silence and some answers.
What do you think of this fellow?
Well, I definitely needed a drinking buddy. It's kind of sad drinking in a bar empty by myself.
I mean, you kind of look like a sad dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Go take a seat by your new buddy here. I'll fix you up a drink. What do you want?
I'll have whatever. No, I shouldn't say that. I'll look over his way to see what Ruin's drinking, and I realized that was probably not a good idea. I'll just have what's on tap. I'll have the local ale.
You sure? I got some good stuff. I got stuff stronger than what he's got here.
No, I look at my pocket of coin, which has been depleting, and I think no, just local ale is good if you'll pour some for me.
Okay. So he takes a mug from underneath the bar. You see, actually, roll perception for me, Ryan.
Perception, sure. Oh, perception, there it is. 16.
All right, cool. So you see some dust on the mug, and as he's turning, to get the ale into the mug, you see him just like blow off some of the dust, and then put some of and he fills it up with beer, and just kind of lightly taps it on the table. A little bit of the froth just kind of runs down the side of the mug. All right, there you go. That'll be 3 copper.
All right.
All right, so you can take 3 copper out of your bags.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So as you're drinking the beer, he asks you, "What do you want to know?"
All right. Sorry, I'm just still getting my way around this stuff. That's fine. I can do that later. Well, there's a lot of people in town, a lot of important people in town for this event, which is kind of what drew me here. And I know at times like these, there's always a potential, for finding good work. Special jobs, things that can only be done when such individuals are in town.
All right. I hear you. You might want to look into Bazokson or Bazoshan. Sorry. You might want to look into Bazoshan. There's a military encampment over there. Tell Patrick that I sent you. He only knows one bartender. You don't need to know my name.
All right.
I mean, if you're looking for what I think you're looking for.
I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. And as for you, you done with your drink yet? He points to you. He points to Jacob.
Yeah, I as the bartender says that, I go for my, like, just to chug it, and what you see is like this shimmering light just like just slowly permeate through the drink and around the bottle. And as that light happens, I just slam it on the ground and just, damn it. And once again,
do you know how expensive these glasses are?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a fucking question. You owe me a piece of gold, jackass.
Fair enough. I just flick him a gold coin.
All right, he catches it, fumbles it a little bit, and he mumbles to himself, "This guy's easy." If you'd like, you can roll for perception to see if you heard that or not.
All right. Well, my passive perception's 14.
Then you heard it.
Okay.
And he doesn't care. So he slips the gold into his pocket and and he tells you, "All right, I think that's enough. Y'all can go. I have a lady out there waiting for me, and she's a lot more important to me than your gold."
I as I'm walking out, I slip him another piece of gold and just go, have a good time with your kid.
He gives you a little bit of a grin, and he says to himself, by the way, he doesn't have the ability to think in his mind. Everything he says out loud. So he says to himself, maybe I misjudged him.
What a
Seems like a
terrible
decent
informant.
So he ushers y'all out of the bar, and when you leave the bar, you find yourself in a district called the Jumble. Also, you know it's the Jumble because there's a big sign out there that says "Welcome to the Jumble."
Oh my god.
Terrible joke. So you've entered the Jumble, and what you see is you see a large district of tangled roads, made of dirt, dust everywhere, single-story buildings all around you. And as you walk out into the light from the dimly lit tavern, you see throngs of people. Most of them are orcs and goblins, but they're all moving through the streets, laughing, singing, running, sightseeing. You see some children going to some barrels full of apples, and you see the bartender walk up behind you, take a look to the left and right, make sure nobody is still in the bar, and you see him go to one of the crates of apples, and you hear him say, "I'm here, dear. What do you need help with?" And he just kind of disappears into the crowd as they kind of close around, watching them bob for apples. But you hear little snippets of conversation here and there. It's like, I love this time of year. Festival of Merit is my favorite. And off to another side, you hear a goblin mother telling her kids, don't go near the tortoises, they bite. And off in another direction, you see a drow guard in shining insectile armor complaining to his partner that his gauntlet was crushed by a hulking orc while arm wrestling. And as you're walking through, you actually see at a little table outside this what looks to be a restaurant, if it could pass for that. You see some tables with people sitting on it trying to eat some soup, and on one of the tables you see a an elf woman, like what seems to be an elf woman, with red hair and what looks to be fire in her eyes, who is arm wrestling a goblin. And here I'll let Anira do something if you want.
Oh, I bet you think you're gonna win this one silver piece. But you're not, and I spat on it already, so you wouldn't want to win it anyways. Is the goblin distracted by the fact I spat on it?
Roll intimidation.
Nice.
I'll try to speak a little closer to the mic. No brainer.
Off to a great start.
So the goblin just looks at you and it's just like yawning a little bit. It's like, yeah, joke's on you. I drink spit for breakfast. And all right, so roll a strength check.
I don't know where you click. Oh, there you go. I found it. Foundry Y. Hey, slightly better.
All right. So as he's yawning, trying to have this like, ego trip, like, oh, I'm better than you kind of attitude, you seize the opportunity and you just slam his hand. You rolled a 3. into the table, knocking over your pint of beer. And not knocking over your pint of beer, but knocking over his pint of beer in the process. And you hear him yell, "Ow! That's my beer!" Rune with a passive perception of 14. You hear this. What do you want to do?
Well, I heard beer and I heard chaos, possibly a fight breaking out. So I'm gonna start meandering that way, and ushering my new drinking friend with me.
All right.
And you're just gonna be going.
Come on,
Take that in a not very menacing way.
come on,
She thinks
Marimir.
it's menacing.
All right.
Let's go. I heard beer.
Roll intimidation for me at disadvantage just one more time.
You want me to go again? Okay.
But at disadvantage this time.
But at disadvantage.
Oh my god.
Where's... I don't have the disadvantage button.
Oh, it's if you hold control and click.
Oh.
It'll,
I already rolled 2. Oh my god, now I rolled more.
No, I'll take your 16.
The first 2 were better, to be fair.
They were. All right, so you rolled a 16. He's sufficiently intimidated, and and you get away with it. He walks away, and as he walks away, he just hear him mumbling to himself, like, I can't believe I lost to an elf. And
Did I win a silver piece?
no, actually he takes it with him.
Oh, scandal. And my spit. Oh, rude.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, so he's walking down the street actually in this, god dang it. Let's see if I can mark this on the map real quick. Here. Can you see this at all?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
He's walking towards the docks.
Yeah, he's walking. Okay, yeah. So he starts to walk towards the docks with your silver piece in hand. And Rune and Marimir, you see this. You see this this goblin making off with this elf's piece of silver. Even though you saw that she won this arm wrestle fair and square.
Without
What do y'all do?
Yeah, without
the
even
3 of y'all are like basically next to each other now.
Oh, outstanding. Without even hesitating, I'm gonna look at Miramir and I'm just gonna reach out. How close am I to this goblin?
You're about 15 meters away. You were strolling up on the table when he was already walking away.
Oh, okay. So he's a good distance away then. Do I have anything useful? How cheeky do I want to be? Let's see, 15 meters, 30 feet. I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him.
Wait, hold on. First mistake as a DM. It's in feet, not meters, right? Each square.
Squares are in feet, yeah.
Okay, so he's 15 feet away.
15 feet away?
Sorry, not 15 meters, 15 feet.
Okay.
Don't know why I was thinking meters.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. That Hold Goblin. All right. So I'm going to, now that he's 15 feet away, that's not too far. I'm gonna make a couple strides towards this goblin and just grab him by like just physically hold on to him. Like, where do you think you're going?
Roll a d20.
D20.
Roll a d20.
Oh, does that go over?
I'm not seeing it.
Not seeing it.
How do you just roll a d20? Oh, it's in the corner.
Yeah, it's not reading certain things. Okay. Well, I'm going to roll it in here. Then. Oh, not too bad.
All right. So you actually don't catch him.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
You miss by a couple of inches. He sees this and he's like, what the hell?
Right.
And he just runs off towards the docks.
That's too bad. Because you missed the part where everyone was paying attention to this big oaf of a guy reaching towards him that Mirror decides that he's just going to kind of walk or quickly move behind. No one's really paying attention to Mirror because obviously this big oaf was coming. So question is, can I clear the distance fast enough before he's goes to run? I guess.
You could try.
Yeah, I mean that was what I was thinking.
Roll athletics.
Okay. Well, athletics. Not really. 14.
14. Okay. Yeah, you clear the distance. What do you want to do?
Well, do we see where he's holding the coin?
Roll perception.
All right. Sure, let's roll perception. 15.
15. Yeah, you do. He's holding it in his left hand. You saw basically before you caught up to him, like before you started running away, essentially, he was like kind of rolling it in between his fingers, pleased with himself that he got away with the silver, before he started running away from.
Yeah, because I'm wondering if he would even notice if someone just kind of just popped it, because he's obviously trying to run away from this person. He's not actually paying attention to the coin and that he was playing around with in his hand.
Okay. So you clear the distance. Are you trying to
maybe
steal it?
Yeah, I am definitely trying to steal it.
Okay. Obviously roll sleight of hand.
Okay. Let's give this a shot. Does it work? Was that 21 or 18?
18. Okay. You managed to get the silver. And the goblin doesn't know, but he is booking it. He's booking it towards the docks. And as he's getting towards the docks, he runs into this this woman who has a cape that looks like, y'all don't see this, but to the goblin, he sees this woman is like has a cape that looks to be made of skin or something. Not sure, but she looks terrifying, and or at least she looks tough. And he goes up to her, having just been beaten by an elf woman, is like, listen, somebody's after me. I don't know why. Uh, can you please help me? And
What makes you think this is my problem?
because you look like someone who can help someone out.
What's in it for me?
A silver piece.
I'm sorry. Do I look cheap to you? Let's try again.
Emma.
2 silver pieces.
I'll take care of your problems.
All right. They're that way. And he points towards, towards the other direction that he was clearly running away from.
I'll take half
They're
my
trying to
money.
attack me. Oh, yeah, sure. So he actually hands you 1 silver piece because that was his part of the bet. Because he had taken Anira's silver piece. But he doesn't have that right now. But he doesn't know it. He gives you a silver piece from his pocket. He's just so distracted and just kind of chucks it your way. He's like, please do something about it. And so what do you want to do?
I'm going to approach because they're a fair distance away and I want to get a closer look.
Okay.
I'm willing to earn my money. He's given me a fair start.
All right.
Can I chase after the goblin now?
Absolutely. If you want to.
Anira's gonna kill her beer and chase after the goblin. You scoundrel!
Jacob, you see Anira chug the beer with like practiced, elegance. As she just downs this. Yeah, it's elegant, honestly. Like, I don't think you've ever seen somebody just down a beer this smoothly.
And then just start running at him. Dash action.
Yeah. All right, dash action. Cool.
I step in front of her.
All right, and okay, so
can I use my face step to teleport through her? So I'm just past her to the goblin.
I mean, if you want to waste a spell slot, that's on you.
I do, yes. Very much so. I just love the idea of running at her and then just be like,
all right. Liz, you see this as you try to step in front of this just fiery elf, and like you notice like that there's like a glow to her. There's a glow in her eyes. Her hair is just like the color of fire, honestly. And as she vanishes, you see basically you see flames licking like her entire body to where it just swallows her whole, and then she disappears. You feel a rush of heat go past your face, essentially in the direction of the goblin. So you know which direction she went if you want to pursue that or not. And as you look behind you, you see her reappear on top of the goblin, in just a mess of fire, honestly. That doesn't hurt the goblin. It's really more for show. But Anira is essentially like standing on top of the goblin, and the goblin is like prone on the ground.
I'm actually
Jake,
I'm
so
lumbering.
Yeah, go ahead.
Behind. I'm just lumbering behind, and like I'm like looking around. I see like this just elf just shoot past me, and then all of a sudden burst into flames and disappear. And then like I'm like,
Mirror, do you do anything about this as well?
Well, I look at the coin in my hand. I kind of flick it up, and then I hold it, and then I kind of slowly walk after them. Yeah,
I'm like
right.
looking for Mirror. I'm like, where did Mirror go?
Oh yeah. You don't see Mirror because like he snuck pretty well to lift the coin, but the fiery elf caught your attention a little more, and you're sure Mirror is pretty close behind. Mirror is just strutting his stuff, real cool, like it doesn't matter, in the direction of the goblin as he's just flicking a silver coin in the air. And every single time he catches it, he looks at it and he's like, "Not what I wanted," and does it again. And yeah, so Liz, do you want to do anything from here?
I do. I'm curious. I am intrigued by this Anira. How did she do that? How did she get past me? I have a similar spell, but I've never seen anyone else use it. So
Awesome. So I assume you go towards that direction.
I go towards her.
Okay.
Plus, oh my goddamn silver.
All right. Okay, so Anira, you hear this goblin underneath your feet because you landed right on top of him, and he's just on the ground, prone, splayed out, and he's like, "Ugh!" And he looks behind. "See if I pay you your silver, you wretch! You didn't protect me." And
I won that silver fair and square. That was the 14th arm wrestle I beat you in, and we agreed that one was for keepsies.
looks at you, is like, "Who are you? What silver?" And he says that out loud, like hoping Liz will hear him.
I think like Anira's gonna start like twisting his ear in an effort to extort money from him, basically.
Ah!
And
Liz,
rooting in his pockets.
I run forward and I'm more intrigued by Anira, and so I'm willing to team up with her. I don't really care how I get the money. The point is that I get the money.
All right, so Anira, you're rooting through his pockets, and you find some lint, half-eaten block of cheese, and about, want to say, yeah, and about 5 gold.
Oh, no silver pieces? He owes me a silver piece.
Oh no, and 1 silver piece. No, okay. Actually, and no silver pieces, actually.
Yeah.
No silver
Just
pieces.
5 gold, no silver pieces, half-eaten block of cheese, and some lint.
Okay. Anira will reach into her own purse and start working on making change.
Okay.
While sitting on top of the goblin.
All right, cool. And so Liz, you see this happening. She's just like digging through the pockets, and you see, what's your passive perception?
10.
10. Okay, you do not see gold in her hand. If you'd like, you can roll perception to see like what she was digging out of the goblin's pocket.
Yeah, because I need to figure out how to roll anyway. How do I roll?
All right, awesome. So if you go to your character sheet
In D&D Beyond or in the Forge?
in the Forge, and you go to the attributes tab,
Okay.
there is there's one called perception. If you just click on that, it'll roll for you. All right, same as your passive perception. So
Okay, roll now.
you don't see what she takes out of the pocket at all, but you do see that she takes something out of his pocket. So you roll up to Anira, still basically like kneeling on this goblin, like to keep him down in the dirt. What do you do?
I was working for him for 2 silver, but I'm always willing to change sides.
You
Will
were
you beat
working
this
for
offer?
him?
I was working for him briefly to stop you.
Oh. Wait, how much you said he owes you money as well? This guy sucks. How much does he owe you?
1 silver. He's already paid 1.
Okay. Anira will work on making change to provide the 1 silver.
Do I see all of this like change making situation happening from where I'm at?
Yes, you do actually, because your passive perception's 14, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it.
I'm gonna be thinking to myself like Ruin has like a sense of like personal principle, you know, like not so much care about like if it's legal or not, but he's seeing like this like making sure things are fair and just, and it's just like, all right, like I like these people.
Okay. So at this point, I assume you make change for 1 silver that you're
Yeah.
trying to take from the
Well,
goblin.
so I take 1 silver. I was like, I take 1 and put it. I'm like, and there you go. That should be you. And then I put the leftover money back in his pouch.
All right, cool. And Ryan, you've also like strutted up just closely behind Jacob. I mean, not Jacob. Sorry, closely behind Rune, and you see all of this is going down. Uh, Anything you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, Myrmid had every intention of just giving the coin back, but is now looking at this this scenario and just just decides that it's probably just not worth even saying anything.
All right. So
Was it? Where'd you come from? Where you been, Miramir?
Where have I been?
I was trying to catch this goblin. Where'd you go?
I don't know. I was just going for a stroll. I didn't see all that much. I found a silver piece on the ground, and I just thought I'd pick it up.
Wow, that silver piece looks like it has a lot of spit on it.
Ryan, you notice that your hand is actually a little more wet than when you started out.
I'll get off of the goblin and be like, all right, run along now, and don't let me catch you in this neck of the woods again. You hear? She doesn't really know what to say.
He looks at you and he's like, I'm sure you've got to be mistaken. I have a twin that like was close by.
Leave
Maybe you.
now.
Okay. Actually, no. Roll intimidation.
Did that work this time? I'm gonna give up on that. All right, hold on. Let me get the character back up. Intimidation is here.
Okay. He looks at you and he starts to say something, but thinks better of it and says, "You're all a waste of my time anyway," and starts to walk off. And the four of you are just standing there together, and uh, and you happen to be basically like in the middle of the square. Let me make sure that I've got all this right. Yeah, here we go. Get y'all moved over here. And I believe you were like right behind her there. All right, cool. And behind all of you, you see like this decadent building. It's shaped in the form of like literally a dodecahedron. Um, and and it seems to have like a shine to it. But what what outshines that even more is this huge banner just wrapping the building that reads "A Festival of Merit," and underneath you see "Test your strength, test your skill, test your luck for incredible prizes you won't see anywhere else." And yeah, I mean, as the goblin is, just walks off, disappears into the crowd, you all start to notice that there's just this excitement in the air, just full, like just bunch of joy from everybody, just having the time of their lives. And on the other side of the road, you see another banner over this stall that says with this grimy looking fellow behind. Can't quite see exactly what it is, but uh, you see a banner there too that says "Riddles and Rhymes, Unbeatable Riddles," um, and quite literally with an arrow underneath the sign that is pointing to the next stall over, where somebody's just sitting there, um, entertaining a crowd.
All right.
So the
So
person entertaining the
go ahead.
I was gonna say the person entertaining the crowd, do they look like they are giving out riddles and rhymes or just like telling stories or something?
It looks like it just looks like he's talking to each person one by one. They're almost in a single file line, but in a kind of a messy jumble like you would expect a crowd to be in at a festival.
I'm just gonna look at these this new group of individuals, like, oh, well, that was interesting. What are you doing here at the festival? What was your name? Flaming elf person.
Hello. Yes. Anira, nice to meet you.
Did
She'll
you
put out a
spit?
hand, kind of like awkwardly, like too close to like shake
Uh,
easily.
uh, yeah. Okay. Nice to meet you as well. Um, what was that incident with the small green person?
Oh, I won a silver piece in our arm wrestling competition, but he took it, which was cheating. So I had to go and get it from him,
But not,
which,
but
I
not the
did.
rest of that gold.
I didn't win the rest of the gold in the arm wrestling competition.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess I could have taken the gold. I don't know. He seems like an upstanding fellow, other than the cheating and spitting and lying. And there was a bit of biting.
Oh dear.
Maybe I should have taken the gold.
So drinking. I see. Are you also a fellow imbiber?
I don't know what that word means.
Fair. Do you drink?
Liquids, usually.
My. Beers?
Yes.
Ales.
Also acceptable.
Friend?
I don't normally drink those.
Oh. Fair. I meant, would you like to be a friend?
Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you.
Oh.
Nice to meet you.
This is Marmir. I just met him as well.
Hello. Are you also an imbiber?
Maramir gives a very small, slight smirk, but not much, and just says, "Hello, nice to meet you."
We're off to go in.
And you.
Oh yes. Yes. We were going off to investigate something. Wait, what about this scary? There's another elf person here that is also quite frightening looking. You look like you were about to harm us. What was that about?
The goblin offered good money. I need money for my investigation. But this elf offered a better deal, so.
Investigation. Interesting. We were actually about to go investigate ourselves. Is that not right, Maramir?
Miramir just gives a nod. He's not necessarily the most talkative.
I like Maramir. So, it's a good new friend. I don't know. I think the person had mentioned going towards the docks. I keep hearing this person yelling about riddles. I don't know what that's all about. Should we check that out, or should we move on to the docks?
Let's everybody roll a group perception check.
Nice.
So we all roll perception.
Yeah.
Everybody rolls perception.
And then he'll get the average from that. I know what I'm doing. Hold on, I swear.
Oh.
Okay, my dice don't know what they're doing.
Well, half the team is perceptive.
Okay. Cool. So, Anira and Liss, because y'all were actually already facing in that general direction, you notice, like, at the booth that that was saying that says, you know, riddles and stuff. You notice this half orc kind of whispering to the guy behind the booth, and you notice him pointing in your general direction. Anira, you can see that he's like pointing towards Maramir, and Liss, you can tell he's not pointing at you or Anira. And it was definitely pointing at one of the dudes here, but you can't tell which.
I'm just looking at the clouds.
Yeah. And Yura's gonna lean over to Miramir and be like, "Hey, that guy over there is pointing at you. Maybe he likes your hair. I don't know."
Okay. Maramir, you look around and you notice the same bartender that that you were talking to earlier, with his daughter in tow.
Yeah. Okay, so that's who's doing the pointing. This bartender. do I see?
Well, actually, you see the bartender there, but
Yeah.
you don't know if that's the guy who's pointing.
Okay. Okay. So okay. Does the bartender look like he's talking to anyone, or?
Yeah, no, he looks like he's talking to the guy behind the bar. Anira, do you want to clarify anything for Miramir, or?
Do I have additional information I can convey?
But you said that guy over there. Were you pointing at the guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Miramir, you know exactly. You see exactly who she's pointing at, and it's the bartender.
Right. So the bartender was talking to someone that points at Mirror, and then and Mira points at the
bartender.
who's okay, got you.
It's that Spider-Man meme.
Yes.
Right. So Mirror's gaze goes from the bartender to the person that the bartender is talking to, and tries to make out if he's seen that person before.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I was saying that Mirror's gaze goes from the bartender to the person the bartender is talking to, and tries to determine whether he recognizes that person.
Sure. Roll perception.
All right, perception. A lot of perception.
We're doing a lot of looking around, so
not a good perception. This is my worst one yet. Doesn't look familiar, I guess.
Yeah, the guy doesn't look familiar to you whatsoever, but you do recognize the bartender.
At least.
At the very least. Do you want to do anything here?
Do I see them like Anira and Maramir like pointing and or am I still just looking at clouds?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that they're pointing.
Okay.
The only reason why you didn't see this before was just because you just happened to be looking in the other direction. By this point, like, you notice the people in your very near vicinity doing stuff, and that's gonna catch your attention.
Right.
What point?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
guys?
Mirror.
Those guys.
But everyone's starting to point. Mirror gets a little bit uneasy, and is like suggests maybe that it's time to move on.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's head to the docks. I think was it Patrick? I want to talk to Patrick.
All right, cool. So you guys start heading towards the dock, and like, there's just kind of like a well-worn but you say you want to go talk to Patrick?
Yeah, is the scary elf just like following Anira? Is that what's happening right now? Okay.
I'm assuming so. Like, Liz, is that what you want to do? Just follow the.
I want to ask her some questions, but I haven't found the right way.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So I'm just like looking back.
A little tentative.
I'm just like looking back at so I expected Anira because I invited Anira, and Maramir is also verbally joined me up. And I'm like looking at like just like this elf that's following us. I'm like, okay. I guess she's coming. I don't.
I think Anira's just like totally cool with it. It's just like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's let's go then. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So as you're starting to walk towards hold on, let me pull something up real quick. I just have so many tabs. I need to manage this a little better. Um, oh my god. Okay, so as you're walking down towards the dock, you start to hear like you see a huddle of kids off to your right, and an old like human man um who looks a little shabby, has a little staff, little bit of a hunchback, um and oh my god, why can't I find this? I had this up at some point. Ugh. I'm sorry about this, guys. Anyways, so you hear him essentially talking to a group of children, and you hear him essentially like telling them a story, and the kids are just oohing and eyeing. Anything I want to do?
Yeah, can I hear what the story is about?
Sure. What about the rest of y'all?
I'm also curious.
I'm still looking at over my shoulder back towards the where the booth was a bit earlier. So I slow down because everyone else is slowing down, but not. I'm just there. I'm kind of
Okay.
preoccupied.
Okay. Um. All right. Cool. So, for you, um, as the other three are walking towards the group of kids, um, you seem to be like a little more drawn towards the bartender, um, and wanting to figure out what is going on there. Um, so because like you're exceptionally good at sneaking, um, you kind of drop off a bit, and the rest of the group doesn't notice because they're a little preoccupied with with the with the story that seems to be told over here to their right. And you kind of walk up to the bartender, and the bartender sees you strolling up, and he says, "Ah, just the guy I was looking for."
So Mirror goes. So you found what I so you did you look into more what I was talking about earlier?
Actually, I did. Um, this guy right here is, and before he continues, he actually looks down, and he says to his daughter, "Hey, why don't you go to that booth over there? You know what I always say: a good riddle um, makes a wise girl." And she looks at him and she's like, "Okay, daddy," and walks off. And you notice that he's still keeping an eye on her, making sure not to lose her in the crowd, as she goes up to the poor line of people trying their hand at a riddle. Um, and then he leans over to you, and he whispers, and he's like, "Okay, listen, you're you're talking about you're trying to find if anybody's involved in like the dark side of business, if you catch my drift. Is that
Yeah,
right?"
that is correct. Um, I heard that job was going down in town, and I and with a pretty big notorious crew, and I've been looking to get into that.
Okay, I hear you. I hear. Okay, so actually, listen, this crew is actually not in town. They're actually just outside of town. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave you with this guy right here. Play some games or what have you, but in about 15 minutes, he's gonna hop into a carriage, if you feel me, and ride away. That's gonna be your only chance.
All right. I hear you. I appreciate your assistance.
Cool. So from here, Maramir will wait the 5 minutes and Rune, roll perception for me, because I think you have the highest passive perception.
All right. Just not be successful at this again, I'm sure. All right, let's see. Oh. Okay.
All right, cool. So you notice this, but you let it go, knowing that like some business is better left to themselves. But at least you know where to find him if you wanted to ask somebody. Just some information for the future. Okay, cool. So Ryan, in about 5 minutes, a carriage comes and picks you up. There's just a couple of guys there. It just looks like a regular farmer, honestly. But you get into the carriage and you ride away. And from here, it's just you three. All right, and then so as y'all are strolling up to the group of kids, and it's just a really weird, vision of what's going on here. Is you just gotta like a whole bunch of kids just kind of sitting and listening to a story, and you got like these 3 grown-ass adults just kind of standing in the back, also trying to listen to the story. And you hear the old man continue from where he left off, and he's like, "Oh, I see we've got some more visitors here. Well, if y'all knew what was good for you, you would have shown up a lot earlier. I'm not about to start over my story, but I'll continue going. Do y'all want to hear the rest of it, kids?" And the kids are like, "Yeah."
Could we have a recap of the first half of the story? Just like an abridged version?
Roll charisma, actually.
Like persuasion or
Yeah,
just straight
like
charisma?
just straight charisma.
Okay. I need to find the button in Foundry.
Or you could just do persuasion. Actually, that might be better.
Oh, but I just found the charisma button. You want persuasion? Okay.
Yeah, let's do persuasion.
Hey.
Nice. All right. Looks at you.
And you'll be like.
So he looks at you. He's like, "You're lucky I have a soft spot for redheads." And he gives you a wink, man. And with a toothy smile, and like he's like missing a couple of teeth. Nice. But he blushes a little bit as he looks in your direction. All right. I won't start over, but I'll give you a little bit of a summary. And the kids are like, "Ah." He's like, he looks at them. Y'all will learn one day that some things are more important. All right. So everybody gather around, and while I tell you the story of the founding. So long ago, this world, the very one that you're standing on, was one of just tumultuous, chaotic forces. This world, it didn't have land. It wasn't made of really anything that you would know today. Just a bunch of energy just scattered around, and through the ashes of the world, what came the first god, and he created the world from the ether, new, formless, and by his divine hands he birthed the first children, the elves. And after the elves, he gave birth to others. I believe it was the orcs and then the goblins. We count ourselves like proud because this is a town, and you'll notice like amongst the children, like just a bunch of orcs and goblins, actually, like, or half orcs, maybe some are half goblins. And we count ourselves proud to be one of the first people to have been created. But fast forwarding, they created the world, and from that world were these prime beings, these deities, who came and saw potential in this world and the races that were created. And from this world, and from these gods, they got together and agreed to watch over them, help them, and thus thus was the first, essentially, and thus was the first meddling of the gods with us mere mortals. These gods, they gave us magic, the kind of magic that you hear about in stories and maybe sometimes you'll see on the streets. And from this magic, the elves were the first ones to actually to be bestowed with this magic. And but humans who were born shortly after the orcs and the goblins, they were jealous. They didn't like that the elves had magic, and so they sought to take it from the elves. And in doing so, wars started to begin between like all of the races. People started to get together and choose sides, pick sides. But some of the gods, they believed that everybody should be equal. Everybody should have their own power to shape the land as they will and as they wish. And but some of the gods didn't agree with that. And so came the betrayer gods. These were the ones who didn't agree with the rest of the group. And from there, they brought each one of these races uh into alignment with each other and influenced them to just utterly wreak havoc upon the land. And that's why you see a bunch of just destruction, why there's some why when you walk outside of the city that there aren't, lush fields of green, and why your parents tell you to stay home. And And yeah, it's legends tell that from these war-torn lands, from within the cracks of the dirt, you still hear whispers of from the old gods themselves, whether they be the betrayer gods or the divine beings that we worship today. Maybe you might go to the ocean just past those docks right there. He points behind, and the kids kind of look a little scared because they see the water just right there. They can feel the breeze from the ocean on their faces. Sometimes you'll hear voices come from the water itself. And if you ever hear that, never go close. And from there, you start to hear him like wrap up the story, try to get the kids scared to stay in town, you know. And he's honestly just kind of a mess. It's hard for him to tell the story very well because he keeps on looking at Anira and blushing. And so from there he's like, yeah, so anyways, that's the story, kids. So run along now. And and the kids are like, that's it? He's like, yeah, that's all I have. Bye. And so the kids walk off, and start to disperse back into the crowds, trying to find their parents. And you actually start to see like the parents kind of on the outskirts, just kind of watching from afar. And he's like, so honey, what brings you about this part of town?
Oh, goblins and silver. Not like that, though. Mostly.
I've got silver.
Oh.
Calm down, old man.
Cool.
Calm down.
All right. Are y'all taking part in the festivities? I hear there's some awesome prizes.
Yeah,
What kind of
Yeah.
prizes?
maybe. I haven't won any prizes. No, wait. I won a silver piece.
You won a silver piece. What kind of prizes?
Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't hear it from me.
Mm.
Okay.
But we are hearing it from you.
all right, Anira.
He looks at you. He looks at you with a glance, and he's like, "You're lucky you're pretty." and then he says, "So, like I was saying, you didn't hear it from me, but you did hear it from me, but you didn't hear it from me. Do you catch my drift?"
just what are the prizes, old man?
I hear they have the power to bestow anybody like powers from the gods themselves. But nobody knows if it's true. Maybe somebody was just making it up, but the mayor told me that that they've been working, and they brought wizards and warlocks in from far off lands just to imbue these prizes with their magics.
What do
I
I
don't know about
have to
you.
do to win, old man?
Well, follow the signs. There's so many things in the festivities. Actually, I hear there's a maze down that way, and he points towards his right, and you can towards just like the path that's running parallel to the docks themselves, and you see off in the distance like this kind of big green grass field, and at a closer look, like if you squint your eyes a little bit, you can kind of see where maybe where it could maybe be a maze. I suggest you start there first. That was a cool one.
All right, I
I like
appreciate
mazes.
that. Yeah,
How do I win a maze?
it's a fair question.
I don't know. Walk through the hedges. It's a maze.
All right. Look, I appreciate your story and this little bit of information because I'm new around these parts. How about this? Uh, I'm just gonna like flick him a gold coin, and I'm like, just make sure you keep telling these kids these stories and teaching them, you know, about the dangers of the wilds. But also maybe go take some etiquette classes. Just just saying.
Take some what classes?
Etiquette, how to behave with other humans and creatures. Yeah, just
Can you kid? What's an etiquette? Can you eat it?
you you know what? Never mind. Just maybe don't interact with people if you're not telling stories. That sounds good.
All right. If you say so. And he's just distracted. He's distracted by your arms, and he's like looking at your muscles. He's like, you know, you got some big arms there.
Oh, okay. So apparently this is a thing. No matter, it's just all around. Gotcha. I see. All right.
I'll be seeing y'all. And then he sends a wink at Liz. And
Very progressive. Zero discrimination. All right.
I kind of like this guy, Queen. Add him to our party.
I don't think he can keep up. But be carrying him around. Yeah. No. Okay. So the mazes. Is there any other like locations that we picked up on by chance that had prizes or anything like that? Want to maybe start heading in those directions before we wrap up this session.
Absolutely. And by the way, I hear whoever wins the most prizes gets the grand prize. Now, the mayor was open to telling me what the prizes from these things were, you know, magics and everything like that. But
how connected are you, old man?
He did, oh, me and the mayor are old drinking buddies. Have you been to the bar in town? It's just right here around the corner.
Yeah, I've been there. Quite
you have? Okay.
All of them, yes.
Well, we're old drinking buddies. We used to drink in that bar all the time. You know, I helped him out of a spot or two back in my day. He owes me some, you know, and he can't quite tell you exactly what. You get a roll insight actually for me.
Okay, yeah, we do that. Insight, and it's gonna be. I rolled a natural 20.
Right. So you definitely get the sense that he's lying.
Ooh.
But not that he was drinking buddies with the mayor. He was definitely drinking buddies with the mayor, but he never helped him out a day in his life.
Checks. All right.
And he's really just saying this for your benefit to get you, you know, to be impressed with him. Absolutely out of infatuation. So, either way, but you do get the sense that he is at least telling the truth about the fact that the mayor would not tell him what the grand prize is because he wanted to surprise everyone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And yeah, so that's about it from there. If you want to stick around, he's got plenty more to say to all three of you. But nothing that y'all get the sense is useful.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
unless you're into the old man.
I'm just gonna do the classic finger guns as I'm walking away. Like, all right, appreciate all that information. Thanks.
Bye, creepy old man. Thank you for stories.
You're
Yep.
welcome, dear.
Yep.
Come back anytime, and I mean anytime.
No.
No, that's okay.
Okay. So he just walks back into. Actually, it was his house that was right behind him. Walks back into it, closes the door, and that's the last you see of him. All right, cool. So from here, y'all make your way down to the maze, and on the way down to the maze, you actually see just a bunch of signs pointing in different ways down different roads towards what looks to be about 6, maybe 7 events that is going on in the festival. So you get to the maze, and at the maze, actually, you see 2 people. One is this one is a woman who has blue skin, from where you can see, talking to a short little goblin, and you overhear them saying, "I'm gonna win those prizes. I hear that grand prize is to die for, and
Oh,
I'll be damned if anybody beats me out for it."
yeah, it's not.
And from there, they call out to this other human sitting on, imagine like those really tall lifeguard chairs that you see at the swimming pool, but like made of just made of wood, and like some not tarp but canvas, basically making the chair up at the very top. And he's short for a human, like really short, and he's just looking down, and suddenly he spreads wings, and he goes in, grabs somebody, and like the glamour actually like goes away, and he's actually like the bottom half of him is like almost like a falcon, like falcon's legs, and he swoops up somebody from, clearly they were inside the maze, picks them up, and says, "You lose,"
Ooh.
and then just drops them outside of the maze.
Oh.
They're
Oh dear.
not hurt, but they clearly didn't do the right thing, and they were just kind of kicked out. And that is where we're going to leave off for the night, actually.
Nice. That is a beautiful place to stop, Hector. That's fantastic.
I'm excited for
Great.
the maze, though.
Yeah. This is cliffhanger.
And for Half Falcon Man.
I'm excited. This was fantastic. Also, totally got me on the creepy old man. Not gonna lie, just like throwing me off my game. Also, like Maramir just disappears. Like oh, there goes Maramir on the cart. Okay, that's bye.
You lost your friend and acquired a creepy murder elf.
I acquired a
It's not
murder
bad
elf.
trade.
Great. No, and then Anira, I can't even get like Ruin is just sitting there like, what? I'm not sure about this one. Yeah, cannot get a nail that one down. Yeah, this is fun. I'm excited. Definitely. It's just like Anira's vibing with the creepy old man, and I'm just like, okay, this is.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I was incredibly nervous.
No, you're
Perfect.
nailing it. You're nailing it. All right. So
All right. Well, I will see everybody next Wednesday. I'm super excited. There is definitely more festivities to come. Mysteries abound, and
I have to
I
find
hope
my
everybody in
friend.
the chat enjoyed the ride. There's definitely more of it to come.
I have to find my friend that I made and then suddenly disappeared. I don't even think he thinks I'm a friend. It's just like a title I give out to people. I'm like, friend.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right.
All right, cool.
See you next week, everybody.
Everybody have a good night. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Good night.
Goodbye, world.
We're transitioning.
All right.
Bye.